Hey, hey. All right. Hello, sexy souls. I'm gonna pull some cards today. Um, I did get a little bit of a hit before I came on, okay? Um, and it was really surrounding finding the workaround on something. Kind of like if you dare to do it. So it feels like there might be an obstacle. That obstacle may pose or create some type of fear within you. But it feels as though it's like if you dare to do what you need to do to get around this thing without fear of being caught up in it, then you'll be successful. That's kind of the gist of what I'm getting. But I'm like, what are we talking about? Let's get some details. I'm not really sure. So, oh my God, I'm just going to bump the camera 5 million times, and that's okay. This is obviously okay, those were in the wrong. All right, sorry. All right, let's go. So before we get started, let me give you my spiel. You are a sovereign being of your life. You get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. And my recommendation is not to Cinderella it to make it fit. Now, on a side note, I was doing something with this, and you can see all the little glistening, right? Because it's a, like a oil-based candle, okay? With the scents and everything. And Lord have mercy, I got my finger in some form or fashion in the stuff. I got the stuff on it, and I had a hair in my mouth. I don't remember getting anything on my finger, but when I went to go pull that hair out of my mouth, oh, ugh, the level of I had because that thing got in my mouth, and now I am breathing like a Glade plug-in. Can I just say? So Grody, if I act a little like, you know what I mean? Like, just bear with me, okay? Because it is lingering. It's got my whole entire head smelling like it. So lovely. Okay. All right. If you dare to go around it, it really does feel as though it's like whatever this obstacle or opposition is, wants you to believe that you can't move past it, and will create what feels like illusions around you, so that you think that you can't. And so I think Spirit wants to kind of like walk you through it, how you can get around this, is the way it's coming across to me. So. Yeah, something that's going to happen with great speed. Creative solutions is what they're calling it. If you dare to do it, there's a really creative solution that you can do to move beyond something. Because I feel like I have eyes on me. I feel as if somebody is literally watching me maneuver around an obstacle that has been placed in my way, which kind of makes it a little bit like not dangerous, but maybe dangerous. Like, that's the thing, is that I'm doing it in plain sight or where it can be seen, but it somehow can't be they can't stop you. Um, but some, like when negative attention is on you and they see you subverting it, they'll try even more. Like, that's kind of the gist, is like that's the fear, is that they'll do more and they can't, or it can't, or nothing else will happen. It just has the appearance of that. So that's the illusion that they're bringing about. Um, New opportunities, gifts, resources, time, effort. With this skill, it's giving me like something has typified in your favor where it's almost as if you're owed something. And while I don't understand this part, while things can happen to a certain degree, beyond a certain point, skills tip in your favor, almost as if it's like if somebody does something too much, then it'll become like the spotlight will be put on them. When you're trying to do something covertly, you can't do too much of it. Otherwise, it brings attention to you then, and that's not what you want. So it's almost as if you're at the place where the scales can be tipped and somebody can't do something. Hello. They can't do anything but watch. Three of Swords, Page of Swords. I'm getting a little bit of like the word division with the Three of Swords, kind of like separation, but like division. Um, Something that's kept you from something. Page of Swords is the idea of like having to go through delays and as a result having to change plans. And again, you can get beyond this if you dare to go around it, right? You just have to be willing, really is all it is, just willing. And if you're willing, something about it happens with great speed and it creates some sense of division or separation permanently. Knight of Swords is all about that pivot, the 180, the irrevocable change and cutting of cords or connections. So it's almost as if it's like now's the opportunity to do something to tipify the scales back in your favor because they've been out of balance and it's almost like something is owed to you. And so during this time frame, not only can you cut cords, but you can create distance, like a division. Um, and make changes. Oh Lord. Queen of Cups, 10 of Cups, Temperance, and 5 of Cups. Now, some things aren't going to turn out the way you'd hoped, right? Which I think is where you're at right now. Something you already experienced this. Something's not turned out the way that you've hoped. Or in the manner that you had hoped. You do need to trust your intuition on this one. There is this idea of perfect timing with all of this. A sense of like cooperation. And you can get this leads to some level of like emotional material contentment, okay? Uh So before we get further with recapping, there's going to be some events that will happen with great speed to tiptify basically the scales back, like to balance things back out. They've been out of your favor for long enough, and it kind of like so it's your turn to receive. And so it's almost as if who or whatever has been creating the obstacle cannot interfere or do something, or else the light or the attention gets put on them, and they do not want this, because then they look like the problem, right? If this is an actual person, then they become the problem, instead of, being able to kinda, like, lay low. So, they can't do something about this but watch, otherwise, I don't know why I wanna be like, "Their cover is blown," like, to whatever degree that is, right? Like, whatever that means to you. Um, this is the moment to create some kind of separation and divide. Like, there's a division that's happening. But whatever you must do in this moment, because time is of the essence, in order to take advantage of this, um, is changing up your plans in some form or fashion. Not that your plans don't seem to already have been switched up anyways, and so you may still have a bit of sadness at the, "But I thought it was gonna transpire like this." Um, but the focus of this 5 of cups is the idea that this is you, all of this that we're talking about is you seeing the way out. You're not paying attention to the 3 cups that are spilled, that are buried in the ground. You see the 2 cups. You see your way out. You are seeing it. It's not exactly how you anticipated, and maybe you didn't think you were going to be handling what you have here recently, but there is a way out. You need to keep your wits about you. You need to keep a sense of balance, and you need to honor the timing of this. Do not delay. Okay, Page of Air can indicate delays and things. For mercy. High Priestess. Most certainly having some things feels as though it is going to be kind of like revealed to you how to do this. Um, please understand, I want to give I paint this like it's a well thought out understanding. There's more to the situation than you understand, because they're looking at not just they're looking at all the players involved. They're looking at any extenuating circumstances that may be impacted. And they're also looking at like future potential timelines, like there's more being considered in this, but you are going to be privy to it. You are, spirit is, it's like you really do have to listen to your intuition. Not so much because I feel like the way that's going to come through is something's gonna be presented to you either by a person, or spirit does it in a way where it's like, "Oh," and then you have to listen to your intuition, because your intuition is the one that's gonna, like, confirm it for you. There's a lot of blue, only 1 green card. Page of Cups. So this is feeling like I yeah, it's either a new person or this is the way they're saying it. It's either like an invitation, proposal, a query. I don't know why they're saying a query. I mean, I know what the word means, but I mean, like, of all the words we could choose, use Hermetic Tarot. Hmm. Three of Pentacles. We did say opportunities, gifts of time, effort, things like that. This is the workaround if you dare to do it. If you dare to do this. Three of Pentacles is a collaborative, material, like work kind of situation. What kind of work are we talking about? I did not mean to drop that. That was on me. So this is work that, okay, so hence why we were going with the Ten of Cups. Again, something like emotionally, materially happy, meeting all of those needs. Sometimes we get opportunities that can address something financially, materially, and mentally, emotionally. It does a number on us, right? Or sometimes we can go after something that emotionally fulfills us, doesn't do jack shit when it comes to meeting our needs materially, right? This is something that you will you will enjoy. So you're being invited to do something that you're going to enjoy, that you will be successful at, that will meet you both materially and emotionally, um, and really helps to support your family for whatever reason. We gotta cover up the tatas. They're bringing in the family for this. There's that Knight of Swords again. It does like immediately cut out the delay. The quick switch up does require you to change your perspective on something. Again, coming back to the Five of Cups, it's not exactly how you thought, but it's also not against. You're not against it. Does that make sense? So maybe you thought you would be moving forward in a particular manner, doing particular things, and that it would lead you out of something or lead you towards something. There's been an obstacle to both doing exactly what it is that you want to do, but also additionally um, going where you want to. You're going to get exactly what it is that you need in order to be able to kind of like do a workaround. Whatever this obstacle is, it's kind of like um maybe you thought let's put it this way. Maybe you thought you would get laid off and therefore get like a severance package. And so then you would be able to have time, right? To kind of like figure things out and find a blah, 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 and like get a place and look for a job and maybe take a reprieve and blah, 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 blah. And you, in fact, do not get laid off. Um, you either get offered something else within the company that would take you somewhere else, which is at least away from, you're making movement that way. And it leads you to another city where because you're there, you are able to find a different job. Like, so it's like you thought, well, I would have time off and I'd be, having a severance package. I'd be able to enjoy my time, blah, blah, blah. You might be working, it looks differently. It gets you to the same goal or it gets you in the same vicinity of a goal. Um, so you're aiming to do or go something somewhere, and this is going to help you because you have been stuck. Stuck. But when it presents itself, you can see it clearly as day. You're like, okay, this is not what I thought, but I know exactly what to do. I know how it's going to get. I can see, I see it. Now, why would you be concerned with this? Eight of Swords, self-imposed limitations. Feel like a shortened force, like feeling like you can't move forward. Queen of Cups, though. So there's something tugging at your heartstrings. Two of Wands, 10 of Wands, and the Devil. Are you worried that whatever presents itself in a manner of just creating another burden and repeating a cycle? Much like I would rather just get off, have some time to find a new job. Do you feel like, oh, if they offer me a position, it's going to look like or feel like I'm going to end up getting stuck? Is that the one thing that has you resisting? And again, that's just an analogy. Seven of Wands. You're really trying to look out for you. Like there's just certain things you won't do. Some things are already taken care for you in this with whatever happens. Hierophant is kind of like there is a way or a path kind of already built for you, so you're not having. See, you're worried about, depending on what you do, all the labor is on you. With the 10 of Wands, it's like it's all hanging on your shoulders, whether it's successful or not, and that kind of feels like a repeat of the past, right? Still staying stuck. But Hierophant is like an existing structure there to help you, or something that's already established that's there to kind of like act like a safety net. Six of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. It's almost like you have two choices on how to act on this. You could stay in the energy of doing it all on my own, repeating patterns, or you can make some decisions that are good for you, that benefit you. And dare I say, it comes looking like you're accepting the help of somebody, um, which kind of creates a safer, more stable way to go about this. So maybe whatever you were gunning for, it was like free willy nilly. You know what I mean? Like just cares, cautions to the wind, doing it on your own, no real way of ensuring that you're going to get to your goal or how to get there. This gives you a very safe, stable, structured way around something. It would be like, I'm going to move to California to become an actress. And, just packing things up and going on a road trip and going there. That's the free willy nilly thing, right? Whereas someone offering you a job, like, hey, I've got a temp job for about 6 months, why don't you? And it kind of gives you a bit more of a structured um, way to get there and a structured way to kind of cross that bridge. It helps in the process. Okay, tell me about the Eight of Swords. I still don't understand. Other than maybe there's definitely a person here involved in the workaround. And why do I feel like there's this weirdness around somebody else either being in the position that they are, or you feel weird about this person helping you because of the position that they're in, or taking a handout or taking assistance, or that kind of thing. Is there any type of embarrassment because you're the Queen of Cups and they're an emperor? They would have the experience, the knowledge, um, probably the existing structure, in all honesty. Let's get a little closer so you can see this. You know what I'm saying? Like the existing structure within the Hierophant. Um, I heard riding coattails. Are you worried about riding coattails? I mean, you've got a decision to make. You can attempt to do something very much on your own, or you can have some assistance or help with it. Can I say whatever help assistance structure this person is providing that is assistive to you to be able to get to your goal, they are a part of the reason whoever else has been obstructing things, they can't do something. Because it was one thing when you were doing it on your own and they were able to plant little obstacles and do things to trip you up on your path. But now there's a witness to things. And they don't have legitimacy in creating those obstacles or placing them in front of you when you have someone like the emperor with a very solid existing structure that's safe, stable. It's kind of like they have a witness now to the bullshit. Somebody that has the resources again and the structure. So it's kind of like you could have had a fucking boss. It was consistently sabotaging you. But when you have somebody from the outside offering you a job who, or maybe somebody higher up in the company that's they identify something, that person can't suddenly set those landmines for you anymore. Because this motherfucker is going to see. Oh. It's like having help, assistance, witness, and protection all in one. Because heaven forbid this person, like what is this other opposition going to do and say wrong about the emperor? It's like there's no disparaging you going about it this way. There's no real. I mean, this structure is solid. There's no real way for them to sabotage it because this is something that's been created by them. And the only, like, whatever method or mechanism that they're giving you to move forward on, whether it's getting a job, moving, anything, whatever opportunity they're giving you is completely created by them. And there's no way for somebody else to create obstacles. And it's also one of those things where it's like, if whoever is creating opposition for you, if they were to go up against the emperor, let's say this is on a personal level and you're trying to, they were to go up against the emperor, it would bring a lot of attention they don't want on them because the emperor has that capacity to bring attention to this person. And I bet you they got stuff in their closet that they don't want seen. They won't challenge the emperor. They will back down. We do have Knight of Wands on the bottom. They're encouraging. I think that you're gonna receive some kind of communication or contact from this person. But Four of Wands is the indication of this is very stable, but it's almost like two people that need to come together to get around this. When you're out here winging it, trying to do it on your own, that's what makes you the sitting duck. And it makes it easier for the opposition to do things. But when you have somebody who has safety nets and influence and the leverage, the setup for you to do it, because they've created this situation or this circumstance, this structure, it's fail safe. Like outside people can't interfere with it. And again, someone of this person's stature, you want to go up against them, it's going to bring light to you. And then all of a sudden, all the shit that you've been doing comes to light, and you don't fucking want that. So this is the reason why they kind of like sit there and watch. Okay, tell me more about this circumstance between the Emperor and the Queen of Cups. See, and I think that's the thing. You've been in a very vulnerable position this entire time. That's where the Eight of Swords comes from. Is this feeling of you may not like the idea that you have appeared to be incapable, or the fact that Emperor is going to be able to tell that you have had that many obstacles placed in front of you, because it's the thing of like somebody else more capable, and that bothers you. Like you wanted to do this on your own, you wanted to do something. You do recognize this is, um I don't know, there's this slight feeling of embarrassment and maybe almost feeling like you feel incapable and that's embarrassing. Or I keep hearing little lady. So like when older gentlemen would be like, "Oh, little lady," you just they infantilize and diminish and condescend. It's like there's this feeling that comes with that. It reminds me of that. I don't take it like the emperor is doing this. This is just self-inflicted, right? You feel this way. Oh, like I couldn't do it. But it is a situation where it feels a bit sabotagey. It really does. There have been intentional things done to act as an obstacle or as opposition. Tell me about the Emperor and the Queen of Cups and that dynamic. Ten of Swords. Things can get better. The Emperor. Okay. something about the emperor can pull you out of this bad situation. We have the Knight of Swords, and it's like this brings a complete severance. You go from the 10 to the ace. Yeah, I keep coming back to embarrassment. I don't know how to explain the feeling any other way. Like feeling embarrassed that somebody else has to help you with this. Like you're just some kind of weak little, you know what I mean? And this is completely within you. 9 of Wands, 4 of Wands. Yeah, you're 9 of Wands is that my walls are up. I'm a bit more cautious of this. I'm not really certain that this is, blah 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 blah. Um a bit safeguarded, like you're just your walls are up. Your walls are up about doing something with someone else. What is this 3 of Pentacles, Page of Cups energy? I promise you, every single time. It does not matter what time I do this, they freaking come and cut grass. I could do this at 2 o'clock. Suddenly they come. Sometimes I think that's just something trying to stop the messages from coming through, but we're going to finish this up. God, so loud. Okay. 6 of Wands. This has been a I'm going to keep this both ways, okay? You can have success with this, okay? This workaround. This is a thing that keeps coming up. And obviously something that still exists within whoever I'm reading for. 2 of Cups. That could be love. That could be just a coming together. We do have like the 4 of Wands twice. Two people who really get each other, who understand one another, who see each other on a soul level. Could be soul family. This is just one of those things where it's like somebody feels embarrassed and I guess resists the help, the assistance, this coming in. As the 4 of Cups does talk about apathy or, again, just some kind of resistance. It dredges up a lot of emotions, deep seated emotions. Somebody feels like they're being forced to relive certain things. But this is what brings in the justice. We talked about the scales, evening them out. Crying out loud. It's I don't need a white knight in shining armor kind of thing. You know what I mean? I don't want the only reason I'm able to do something is because somebody else came and, it comes down to that. And this is going to be a very hard thing, especially, dare I say, for a lot of the feminines of this world right now, given the current circumstances and what is happening globally, really. Um, it feels almost that much more traitorous, I want to say. And like validating the patriarchy when you need help. But can I say the only reason you need help is because whatever obstacles in your way is probably paved by patriarchy and toxic masculinity. So, again, that illusion, um, to try and keep you stuck, I'm gonna create the obstacle, and then I'm gonna shame you for finding any way around it because, I'm gonna make it so that you can't do it on your own and then say something about you and minimize you and put you in your place when you can't do it on your own. Like, the programming worked, is all I'm saying, and it's a very hard one to purge and get rid of when you are incessantly surrounded by it. We hear it all the time, you can't heal in the environment that hurts you, and I would say that to a certain degree we can, but fully, totally, and completely, no. No, and so there's this need to allow somebody to let you have that workaround. How are they gonna come forward to this person? In what way? What is this connection? Um, if you wanna stop here with this, just leaving it vague, that's perfectly fine. Hanged Man. It's most certainly, for whatever reason, they're saying this connection is definitely different than you would traditionally think. It's not what you're used to. That's what they wanna say. It's different than you're used to envisioning, seeing, or experiencing. It's different than what you believe this kind of dynamic would be. So, whatever's creating that resistance to getting the help and assistance, whatever stories you have attached to that, that either tells you it'll be used against you, you'll be viewed as weak, someone will always have the upper hand, that's completely not how this connection is going to go. It is the exact opposite. It's gonna help you to change your mind on connecting and pairing up with people and receiving help and things like that. And what is the Page of Cups specifically? Can we get into that? Six of Pentacles for the third time. They really just wanna help. They really want to be for you what you need. They really want to be received by you. They don't come for the reasons that you believe. Three of Cups. They wanna be a part of your community. They wanna be a part of your support. They just wanna be around you. They wanna celebrate your accomplishments with you. They wanna see you be the independent, sovereign being. They wanna see you beat the odds. Seven of Pentacles. Look at that. It's a desert. Yeah, a rose is blooming. It's like they wanna see you bloom and blossom despite your current circumstances, your environment, what you've gone through. It's like you defeat the odds. They wanna see you defeat the odds. It feels like they truly believe in you. We have temperance, which can indicate some kind of like guidance. We have the King of Wands. This emperor has a lot of experience at seeing something, wanting it, moving towards it, and making it happen. It feels like they I don't wanna say they always, but they have spirit on their side. Really good at making things become a reality. Or Pentacles. They're giving me they have a vision for the future. They've accomplished a lot in the past. They have a grasp of what's happening right now. Like, whatever they touch, whatever they do seems to be blessed by the heavens and take a firm rooting in reality. I also wanna say that they know, like, they listen to their gut, to spirit, whatever. I don't know how they would perceive this, but, like, when something's a good investment and when it's not. When to put energy into something and when not to. Put that back. I'm not doing books right now. A devil. They seem to like to break chains, to never be beholden to someone else's ideology is what they're saying. They may have, freed themselves from something similar before. Yeah. Things can change very quickly. Things can change very, very quickly. They can help you achieve some level of, stability despite whatever you've been in, whatever kind of circumstance you've been in. Again, they can help and assist with that. They've got the mechanism. They've got the ability, the structure already so that you can be successful. And so I just keep seeing somebody like walking a path and like somebody says, "Hey, come here, come over here with me." And you just walk around the obstacle, whatever it is. Um, you're definitely gonna be able to turn things around and very quickly at that and be able to help you get a firm foundation. They already have something created. They already have structure. They've already got accomplishments. They've already learned maybe the lessons that you need to learn. Maybe they've figured out a way. See, I know that we always want to create our own path and you will, but that doesn't mean that we never step foot on a road or a path that's already been created in order to be able to find our way to ours. And that's what I want to say is that you're not riding anybody's coattails. So, this is a reoccurring theme. I'm sure it's because it plagues many of and they did say new person in your life. So, there is an individual that can help and assist you subvert whatever obstacle and opposition that you currently have. And there's no way that who or whatever this thing is going to go up against this person. They have a they're very established, and would bring too much attention and light. So when is this going to happen soon? Um, and why hasn't it yet? Is my question. Why hasn't it yet? Given that we've heard this before, is it strictly someone's resistance? Just find out why this hasn't occurred yet. Why hasn't this happened yet? I'm just curious. Why hasn't this happened yet? Take a look. That's the hangman right there. So this is like the cool down, take a cold shower kind of a card, but it's that because it's somebody who's hot-headed and unfriendly. Like you need to go cool off. You need to squelch whatever that shit is. You've not been very welcoming, dare I say. And that's what's caused this delay. Is this person aware of this other individual? And how do they know they're not very welcoming right now? Like this might, like what? Is the emperor already? Okay, take a look really quick. Sturm. Dun dun. I'm still learning these cards. Storm, assault, attack, chart. Have you attacked this person already? Have you already been like real to them? There's been a storm. What? A storm, assault, attack, charge. Okie dokie. Well, now we get to juicy shit. Are you serious? Have you already like snapped at this person before? Have you already made it like appear as if you said or done something to be like very against? Yeah, you need to cool the fuck down. A little hot-headed. Ambition, drive has taken over. Your ambition and drive. I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna do it myself. Okie dokie. Your hot-headedness and opposition. You are in opposition to the help. Are you serious? I don't think you're the opposition to you, but you're the opposition to help. So really, actually, you are the opposition to you. I mean, seriously. Okay. Has this person attempted to do this before? Has this person, we're going to have to wait for it to flip out. We're not going to take any of the ones that are just needs to come out. Has this person already tried to assist before? Cry, lament, and whine. Cry, lament, and whine. Have they already tried to help? Oh, Lord. Let me fucking look alike. Okay. Oh, my God. I kind of get the feeling like maybe they've attempted before. Maybe not for everybody, but for someone here, you cried, bitched, and moaned, and it's like pulling teeth. They're saying it's like pulling teeth to try and do anything for you. Why do I get the feeling? Why do I get the feeling they've not had a face-to-face? Is this just that you have resisted with spirit? Like every single time spirit says, I'm gonna bring a person in, you cried, bitched, moaned, complained, and it's like pulling teeth to get you to fucking just consider it? Like to do things, to follow through with things because you just want to do it all on your own? Have they met face to face? Has the Emperor and Queen of Cups met face to face? That's what I want to know. Just give me some clarity on that. That one has been, I've been shuffling with some of these things already. Have they met yet already? Do they know each other in person? Seduce and lure. This is like somebody has maybe attempted to get your attention, or somebody has tried to flirt with you before, or somebody has, you have created some kind of resistance to it. Like have you presented hostile to someone's advances? Oh, that's a woman for you. In today's age, it's warranted, okay? It is warranted. Shit. Like, leave me alone. Oh my God. Okay. Well, now we're getting to the juicy shit. All right. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Like you haven't like pulling teeth. There's been some kind of like, like testing of the waters. I don't think, here's my thing. It doesn't feel like you even fucking know somebody's attempted to do that. If this is not like, if this is one of those situations where it's not romantic and there's all these other things, my thing is that they may have listened in on a conversation at some point, or potentially mentioned something to you, or there is a roundabout way that you at least know of this person. And if you don't, then it is spirit trying to get you to look a particular direction and you fucking won't. They're trying to get you to open up and you won't. You're kicking and a screaming and you're getting aggravated and they're like, could you just please open up? They try to give you the carrot to kind of like, come on, you sure you want to try? You want cookie? That kind of shit. You are just not doing it. Uh-huh. Solitude, isolation, all of that. I don't know why I have this dumb shit over here. All right, get it together. Rescue, save. Oh, you'd rather be in isolation than to feel like somebody come and rescue you. Come and rescue you. Come rescue and save and salvage and help. Dare I say, if you don't know this motherfucker, Spirit has attempted on a multitude of occasions to open you up to the idea and notion of this, and you shut that shit down because you don't want to be sane. You just want to be able to walk up out of the inferno by yourself. Or this person has attempted and like tested the waters a little bit with you in some form or fashion, whether it's just a general conversation, trying to, whatever in passing, very lighthearted, and there wasn't this, definitely was not a reciprocation. Just saying. Just saying. And dare I say, maybe their approach came across a little like, um, like it just feels, uh, you fought against it. Anything else, Spirit? Is this Emperor going to come forward and try to engage the Queen of Cups again? Or at all? Let's say at all. Oh my God, that's the jackass. That's the. Why do I feel like? Yeah. Jackass, stupid. Are they going to do it? Do they feel like it would be dumb of them to do that? Discover, be curious. I feel like they're telling you to not be a jackass and be at least remotely curious about this. Just at least be open and curious enough to find out. Okay. So it's like, I'm not going to tell you if they're going to come forward. You just need to fucking be open to this and see if it happens. That's what it feels like to me. Ugh. You feel like it's torture. Nightmare. Can I say also, they might be afraid to show interest for the way that you may react to that interest, even on a professional level. If they don't think you're remotely open or curious or whatever, they like the idea of looking like a jackass. Okay, so they're afraid of looking like a jackass. Okay. You've given the impression that you're not open to this. Let's just say, let's say right here, right now, all of us, I'm at least going to be curious. I am willing to find out. I'm open enough to be curious enough to let something in and to give it some kind of consideration. That is what all of us need to do. Well, most of us. Some people are just sticking around for whatever. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I'm feeling like somebody wants to help somebody, and this is probably a one-off situation, so it's not for everybody. Okay? But I keep getting this image of somebody being like, somebody being like wanting to help and assist someone out of a situation. Afraid of how it will be taken. It's like they wanna it looks like there's somebody that owns properties, like a landlord in a way, and, like, has multitude or multiples, and they're like there's this sense of, like, wanting to offer that to somebody. That's somebody's specific situation, that's not everybody's. Like, being like, "Hey," there very well may be a little something, something to it, like, as in, there could be, interest and things like that and whatnot. But first and foremost, this person would just like to be helpful to somebody, would want, but doesn't want to look stupid in doing that for whatever reason. Hello. And so I'm kind of like, funny enough that this is, I mean, really, the idea of like, who's going to tell you you can't do that? You know what I mean? There's something already ready. There's a way or a method already there that somebody's willing to offer you. That could be for somebody. If you want to move somewhere and somebody's like, I already got something. And in that, it's a solution because if they're willing to give it to you, you don't have to go through the rigmarole that you normally would in trying to find a place. The background checks and the credit checks and this and that, and the waiting and all that kind of stuff. It's like, I mean, who could say something against that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's for someone. But you obviously have to come across as somebody fairly independent. For this person to feel like, again, either they've caught wind of this or you do this to spirit, and spirit's like, I'm not sending shit in until you fucking at least open up. So at least get curious. At least, like take the bait when I put it in front of you, for fuck's sake, so that you can kind of like investigate this and figure out if you really want it. You don't even take the damn bait because as soon as you sniff around, you realize, oh, it means somebody else is going to be a part of the solution. You get pissed. You start throwing a fit. I mean, this is the way they're posing it, okay? And then we'll wrap it up with this. You are in a burning building. Um, and several exits are blocked with debris and fire and things like that. And there is an immense amount of smoke. When the very hot, knowledgeable, capable, already well equipped fireman comes in to assist you, are you gonna lay down and play dead? Like, are you gonna say no? It's almost as if that's what they are there for, and there shouldn't be an expectation that you can find your way out of this burning building. And who's gonna go, "Excuse me, you can't go in there." I know there's probably actually people. If we really think hard, there are some people that exist within the United States that would be like, "Save yourself." But honestly, nobody's really expecting somebody under those circumstances to be able to save themselves. And would you really look at this person like they're your knight in shining armor and you're weak and incapable and whatever because they came in? Like, just as that's their job, it's what they're designed to do. It's like this is who this person is. And when you do that, you're almost like, there's a it's a bit of a slight onto who this person is. Like they're doing something wrong by wanting to do this. Um, I will tell you, they're not going to care about any external influences telling them yay or nay on something. So if it's a boss that's been your obstacle or anything else, they're not going to care. Like, who are you to tell me? They are the emperor of whatever structure that's going on. So it's like they're the expert in this situation, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with opening up to them. So, um, yeah. This has been this we might need to dive into this whole trope because it frequently comes up. And I understand why many of our feminines who align with, say, dark feminine energy, um, are feeling this way. They feel like this is exactly how you should be behaving in order to fight the patriarchy and move towards a more matriarchal system or way of living or existence. But really, they're falling into the trap of the patriarchy by doing this. This this sense of absolute independence, sovereignty, and um, in essence, isolation. Like never receiving help. Never. That's anti-matriarchal for the feminines out there. That's anti-matriarchal. The matriarchy is about it's systems theory. It is nothing and no one operates in a vacuum. It is communal. It is supportive. It is shared responsibility. And you're falling into toxic masculinity when you assume that men cannot operate within the matriarchy. That men cannot be a part of that. And that's really what this feels like. Um, it is a scary time where people fake this as a means to accomplish whatever they want, and it's not sincere, it's very performative. But spirit is attempting to tell you this one is not. And that at some point we have to be open to the entire collective that buys into this new way of living, this new way of existing on this earth. And it's not new, but it is new to many of those that are here right now. Um, it is the shift from patriarchal to matriarchal. And what you are actually doing in this moment is resisting that. Oh, is the shift from patriarchal to matriarchal. And what you don't realize is you are actually resisting doing that in this moment. You are rooting and digging in firmly to the patriarchy without realizing it. Food for thought. Alrighty. Well, I hope this message finds whoever it's meant for. I hope everybody has a fantastic, wonderful day. And I'm going to see you guys at the next read.